Is there any moment where you felt that a meeting, a phone call, a flight ride, and you thought this is the life?
Career is just part of life.
Who or what shaped you the most?
I'm extremely thankful to some tough bosses. You also learn from stupid people about what not to do. Every time I chose a new path at the crossroads, I have learned, I have grown, I have become a professional and a better person. If I'm taking a decision, I evaluate what is the worst consequence of it.
Keeping the end in mind actually reduces the fear most of the time.
Unless we test it.
Unless we test it.
Do I have it in me to turn around a company? So that was a question I asked myself, and I said we should give it a try before we hang up our phones.
Do we stick to the job or do we change the job? Not repeating the same job every year.
I believe we don't grow credibility or we don't develop credibility. I think we demonstrate credibility. You step aside from the forum, but go back to that person and tell him, today in this meeting, this part or this aspect of it, I didn't agree for this reason. The blame is much more than half on the locals who milked that multinational dry and not really did justice to the salaries.
What was the one decision that you really trusted?
Autonomy for the local team. Actual PDCA in motion. As a poetry, one first thing that I decided is performance culture. They say failures teach you much more than success. The guy screamed and said, do you know my chappal size? Standing up in a failure and facing consequences, I think it's more for people at the top. Be focused on the long term. Believe in what you're doing.
What's the one illusion about leadership that you want them to drop immediately?
Leadership is not just about being a CEO. And that to me is the illusion most of us carry. It's very lonely at the top. My best moments in my career, I always keep saying, was as a regional manager, not as the head of sales, not as a CEO of a company.
So when you walk into a room with hundreds and thousands of employees, what's more important to you? Clarity of direction to them or emotional connect to the set of people?
I don't think it's either or.
Okay.
I think it's situational.
Right.
If I'm walking into a room full of employees, whether it's a handful or 100 or 1,000, if the topic and the intent of that meeting and that is about operational things, say for example annual targets or performance or some new product and all that, I think it has to be clarity of direction.
Right.
Okay, I don't have any doubt
about it.
Doubt on
Yeah.
it. Having said that, if again I'm walking into another room of same set of employees, 100, 200, 1,000. But if the occasion is, say, an annual day or a sports day or some other event, which is non-operational, then it has to be clearly an emotional connect. And there I can't be acting or having the hat of a CEO. I have to be a good leader there, a part of a team leader there, they being the team.
Right.
So their designation and your positions doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
How well you're able to inspire them as a team leader is what's important. So there to me it is emotion.
Emotion connect.
Absolutely. Yeah. But there's a third part to it. There are occasions where you have to use a bit of both.
Absolutely. And I was just going to come to that position, sir. Yeah, because motivation is something which is connected to both.
It has to be a bit of both.
Yeah.
Say, for example, let's look at a situation where a company is faced with some challenges. So, okay. It could be a takeover bid or it could be the owners wanting to sell it off or a merger and all that. Then there's a lot of things that have to be explained with clarity, but with emotion.
Right.
Because there people are going to be not just thinking about the operational clarity, they're going to be thinking what's going to happen to me.
Yeah. About the future.
About the future. So there you have to be clear. You have to play this good role, a mix of both.
Yeah.
You have to, soothe their emotions, give them that confidence and relief that you be taken care of. At the same time, if we are to be taken care of, if our futures are to be secure, then this performance, this actions, these decisions, following them, executing them is 100% hygiene.
Yeah.
So there are occasions where a good leader has to decide how to use which.
Yeah, I think that's very important because a balanced mind, a balanced emotion brings the performance. That's a culture. But of course, there are situations, and that's what we say. There are regimental conditions. Uh, The army man cannot decide that the emotion is right or wrong. He has to fight. So there are situations, and you are absolutely right in saying that when the situation demand, emotions have to be parked.
Yes.
And rest of the time, definitely there is a balance,
Balance.
which is very important for any organization to move forward. Uh, Thank you for this advice, sir. Moving forward, sir, is there a leadership decision for you that didn't go as planned? I'm sure there may be many because most of the time, we enter into unknown zone, but there's still some kind of a decisions which we very carefully take, but they don't go planned. So, but later turned out to be one of your biggest teacher because even you have failed, you're not able to do something, you're not able to prove out at that point of time, but it has, given you one of the biggest achievement.
Achievement secondary. I think learning's great. Yeah, I can't forget one big learning that happened. I was part of the top management decision to launch a particular brand of CVs in one of the companies that I had worked and take it to the market. So I was part of the decision very clearly about going to the market.
Yeah.
Yeah. And execution also was with me. Uh, so I pushed my teams hard, led from the front, pushed them hard to maximize volumes. And we did. We did maximize volumes. Unfortunately, we had issues with the product.
Okay.
And we are faced with hell a lot of failures.
Failures.
We didn't know what to do, where to hide. So at that time, they say failures teach you much more than success.
Right.
At that time, I decided to stand up to the issue, be with my team in the forefront, face the customers. I decided to be with my team and with the dealers and face the customers. And the customers were not in any forgiving mood. It was terrible. We were threatened sometimes. We heard locked in rooms go ahead, lawyer notices, that. Uh, one of the things that we did was first standing up there, being there in the front, patiently listening, not getting into any argument. Just accept,
Right.
listen. First, if you listening to him, then if he's vented out his frustration,
Half of the job is done.
he's put his money and it's not worked. Why wouldn't he not be frustrated?
Sure.
And we have to respect that. So listen, and then slowly start fixing it as much as you could. Uh, This was my biggest learning, biggest benefit I got out of that is the trust, confidence, respect of my team, my dealers, and some lifelong loyalty of some customers. Most of the customers. In fact, later I have gone to some of them and asked. I have not been there, but loyalty still continues to the product, to the brand on one side, because they said, there are times when somebody, I used to be at my headquarters, and customer used to call from the dealer side, dealer screaming, customer screaming, this has failed. Picked up the part from our stores, flew down here, from the airport, went direct to the customer's place with a service engineer, fixed it times. So those things, people, at
Always
that time they were screaming at you, but later they say, somebody, even if he screamed, I remember one occasion when a vehicle failed and the guy screamed and said, do you know my chappal size? I'm 6 foot 2 inches. You know my chappal size. He was saying, I'll slipper you.
Right.
So I actually calmly told him, do you want to fight or do you want to get the vehicle back on road?
Back on the road. Yeah.
I am here to help you to get the vehicle back on road. But if you keep screaming, then I might not be able to help.
Correct.
That guy became so much of a friend.
Yeah.
He consulted me whether he should educate his daughter by sending her to engineering or to arts college. So that's the sort of if you stand up in times of real
Testing times and
testing times, if you stand up to it,
Yeah.
and if you're there in the forefront,
Right.
then the sort of a reward that you get is
Yeah.
phenomenal.
It's phenomenal.
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 But you don't do it because you are expecting a reward.
Yeah.
Because that's required of you.
Yes.
That's required of you.
Yes.
You do it then.
Yeah.
So to me, that was one decision that backfired. But then, end of it, it was a
Big learning.
phenomenal, phenomenal takeaway for me.
So I can say that, sir, it's sum total a positive gain, because the biggest thing which one can earn in his career or life is called trust. And when you stand by people at the tough times, not just because it's your duty only, it's because you care for them.
Okay.
If you care for your product, you care for your brand, you care for the end user who is basically has invested in you, and you want to stand by him, showing that, look, I'm doing everything possible for you, and I'll make sure that I'll minimize your worry and your stress max at max what I can. So I believe that kind of a trust people are looking at.
Yes.
In life, we come across some situations in our personal areas, in our professional areas. Very important for the youngsters who are looking at this today is to look at that. Are we passing on this stress or an issue from A to B? Are we just a courier boy? Are we just looking at somebody else will come and solve the problem, or we are ready to face?
Yes.
And if we are ready to face, there's one thing which is guaranteed, that is credibility.
Yes. And this example that I've narrated from real life example, I mean, I said the takeaway to me, I mean, if I had to offer this as a suggestion, I think standing up in a failure and facing consequences, I think it's more for people at the top.
Yeah.
Because down the line, they anyway face
Yes.
this. It's people at the top who have to get into this sort
Absolutely.
of
Absolutely, sir.
that's one. Second, we shouldn't now start hoping that let's create crises so that we'll get into this sort of a benefit. For me, the wiser thing that I should have done is I should have satisfied myself with as top management with all the test results
Yeah.
and the vehicle performance before I was part of the decision to go to the market.
To go to the market.
That's also a big learn.
Well, I think that's very important to stand by and show that then it's not only the one who's facing it, the one who is having authority to make decisions is actually in front of you.
Correct.
Very important, sir. So people, this actually relates to the next question. The people see the top role, but not the routine. Yeah, so what daily habits or rituals you have gone through, because it's very important to be calm, to be concise, and to be right on spot. So what those rituals and habits that which made you stay grounded through the pressure and the praise? Well, it's personal use, sir, at this time.
Yeah, not a very easy, straight answer for this. At least I would say what worked for me.
Yeah.
Being empathetic,
Mm-hmm.
particularly listening,
Right.
detailing, getting into the bottom of things,
Right.
rather than just not accepting whatever comes to you.
Yeah.
And then being genuine,
Very important.
not hesitating to call a spade, and whatever commitment or word you're given to stand by that.
Yeah.
I think these are few things that's helped me as a daily hygiene or routine.
Okay. Yeah. Important. So in a moment of extreme stress, because you have gone through turning around companies and setting up them, so you face market downturns, the tough boardrooms while you have to convince people, or public scrutiny. How did you personally reset? Because you have to change, you have to shift the boardroom to the execution, moving in and out, a different thought process inside, a different man outside. What helped you, or how did you do it?
I wouldn't lose sleep over small, immediate, outcomes.
Okay.
Be focused on the long term. Believe in what you're doing. Keep doing your best. And if something is not working, try something else. Keep reinventing and keep doing something else. The basic mantra was not to get upset or perturbed with small disturbances. It's very long back, one old gentleman asked me, there were a lot of his colleagues and all. He called me and asked me, do you want to be a race horse, or you want to be in Hindi said lamba race ka
Lambi race ka ghoda.
ghoda.
Yeah.
So that set me thinking.
Right.
In a race that particular day, anybody could win.
Correct.
But if you're very clearly focused on the long term, and then you don't worry about losing one race here or one race there.
Yeah.
You know, so be focused,
Right.
not let small things disturb you.
Absolutely. And I think this is very important from the aspect that we have multiple things as a leader in hand, and prioritizing them is very important for us. And how do we switch between them? How do we switch even our emotions along with them? Because not all the contexts, you have come out of a stressful meeting, but the next context of the meeting is absolutely different.
Yeah, right.
So at that point of
You
time,
can carry baggage
you
from
can't
that.
carry that. That doesn't work
Yeah.
because the world will not see you.
Yeah.
They will not tolerate. It's very important for a leader to switch that very quickly. And I think to understand what is more prior, what holds that kind of a priority is important in that context. Great, sir. So in your experience, what wins these long runs? The brilliant strategy or deep empathy? I believe I've seen both in the last many comments which we have, discussions we have gone through. But now if you are to choose, which one and why?
No, I can choose. Strategy is very important.
Yes.
As I mentioned sometime earlier, for us, particularly Indians, execution is more important.
Right. Right. So it's contextual.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so
So you need to go along with both of
it
them.
can't be either or. For me, it's not either or. I think focus on execution is very important. I generally believe we guys, Indians, are very good in planning. Okay, not planning is the complete thing. Making a plan.
Making a plan.
We are very good in making a plan. But planning, the word involves making a plan, executing, tracking, and then seeing what the further I put the PDCA cycle.
Full cycle.
Full cycle.
Yeah.
So to me, it's very important that we look at the full cycle.
Right.
And not say this is the most important thing. I've done it, so I relaxed. Which is what we do now. We make a great plan, and we expect that
somebody else will come and do it.
Yes, so that's not okay.
That's not okay. Absolutely, sir. So now coming to a very important question, because the whole idea of bringing your discussion in front is for the people who are starting their career. They're fresh. But if a 25-year-old professional is listening to this right now and dreaming big, the question is, sir, what's the one illusion about leadership that you want them to drop immediately? Because they come up with certain kind of dreams and certain kind of illusions in their mind when they step into the career.
Thanks for using that word illusion.
Yeah.
To everybody out there, leadership is not just about being a CEO. That to me is the illusion most of us carry. Leadership is attached to a position, which I think is very wrong, absolutely wrong. Leadership is something which is a quality that you need to exhibit, whatever position you are in, because you are in touch with so many people, stakeholders, maybe your own teams, people who you are reporting to, and all that. A leadership aspect in you is required to reach out and to relate to all these people. And leadership is not just about being at the very top. So to me, what's important as a message for you guys is live in the present. Make the best use of the present. Please see, how well you are able to, use your capabilities for the present. Don't worry too much about reaching the top. Frankly, to me, it's very lonely at the top. Very not very nice being at the top. From the outside, it looks great and rosy. From the inside, I could tell you I've been at the top a couple of companies. It's not a very enjoyable feeling. You don't have comradeship at all there. As you're growing up, the comradeship you have with your team members and all that is phenomenal. And don't lose that. Don't lose enjoying those moments in your pursuit of wanting somehow to reach the top. My best moments in my career, I always keep saying, was as a regional manager, not as head of sales, not as a CEO of a company. That's when you were in touch with so many stakeholders. So don't blindly be in pursuit of position. You can exhibit leadership in whatever position you are in. I hope it makes sense to you.
I think, sir, the golden words, very important to keep noticing that the leadership is without titles. Wherever they are, wherever we are, we need to look at that, we take accountability. We take the passion in driving our forces ahead. And that is what makes sense. Because whatever we do, and I think your life is a true example, starting from position A to the farmer today, everything you do, a passion carries. And I think that's something which, when you reduce something, you pause, you reflect, you feel that, everything is enjoyable. And enjoying the moment, moving ahead, don't worry about the future is the mantra.
I think you summed it up very well. Thanks.
Thank you so much, sir. And I think I'm learning more and more from you because that's something, I've digged into all this. Looking at the future and, the outlook, sir, world is changing and that too India. And automotive industry is in the forefront of changing this entire ecosystem. So the commercial vehicle industry transformation, carrying EV mobility, sustainability, what skills you feel that the future leaders should acquire? One is the capability side, of course, to know the new technology. And beyond this technical competence, what do you guide them to look at that, they should be ready now because you are seeing the future clearly?
As you rightly said, technical capabilities, let's leave it aside. I think the single thing that I would like to tell leaders is people at the top is clearly willingness to adapt and learn. Do not resist.
Right.
Please be ready to learn.
To learn.
Adapt and learn, both.
Okay.
Yes. I think most of the time is spent in resisting. Somehow resisting and putting it off and preventing it from happening. No, it is bound to happen. Change is inevitable. It will come in different forms in different times.
Yeah.
And if you have to grow, you have to be ready to accept
Absolutely.
and also learn.
Yes.
Accepting is only one path. If you want to grow, if you have to survive, you have to accept. If you want to grow, you have to learn.
Learn. Yeah. I think very important because this soft skill or this kind of capability into a human being makes him go, learn, and succeed at any place he wants to. And I think for India as an ecosystem of our country, it is very important that our new generation have that kind of an adaptability because that's only going to make the change in this country how it is.
I'll go back to something I referred to earlier.
Yeah.
Waiting for all this changes to happen and be adapting to and all, it's going to hit a lot of people.
Right.
And this is where I said what helped me was consciously, proactively moving to something new.
New. Of course.
Once in 3-4 years,
Right.
move to something new.
Yeah.
Let go of whatever is giving you comfort, move to something new. If you have been doing that, now adapting to this new thing that's coming is no big deal. No big deal.
Totally agree to you, sir. And my next question is on to that, like AI and automation and dashboards. So bringing in, of course, the job threat, but at the same time, the leadership evolves to say human because it's a lot of machine involved. It's a new technology, AI and everything. I've seen there's a lot of, discomfort into the system. What will happen? The AI will take the jobs away. And we've been also listening to the leaders telling that it's not about AI taking the jobs. It's not about, it's changing the way the work is done. It's about making people equipped. The one who learns the technology basically will be able to be more efficient into his work. So in doing all this, sir, what do you think is, how should leadership evolve to stay human? Still, that element should be there as a part of leadership.
No, it's very important now because this changes. Maybe people at the top have the perspective to understand and to adapt themselves. But by and large, most of the people are going to find it very traumatizing. Very traumatizing. And they'll see it as a threat. They're already seeing it as a threat. So it is the role of the leadership to empathize with these people, to understand, put yourself in their shoe, to understand what trauma is going on within them, and then see how to help them overcome that. And overcome that is by reskilling them, making them first accept and then reskilling them, redeploying them. A lot of things can be done. And the world is not going to come to an end. Again, things like this have happened.
Yeah.
I mean, 120 years back, all the bullock cart makers and the guys who are breeding oxen
Yeah.
would have felt the same when automobiles came.
Yes.
No, what you did to somebody else is happening to you after 120 years.
Right.
So, I mean, you have to adapt and learn.
Yeah.
The bullock cart guys started making coaches, bus bodies.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
that's how people adapted in the world.
Right.
So we also need to do that. This generation is you know, middle-aged generation who find they are too young to be at the top or too old to go to the universities,
Right.
kill them. Those are the people who will undergo trauma. So top middle leadership is responsibility to help them overcome this. At the same time, the middle managers, I think it's very important for them to know that they have to learn from youngsters.
Hmm.
The mindset always has been hierarchy.
Absolutely.
Now is something where hierarchy is not the custodian of our technology.
Right.
Now I think more and more youngsters are the guys where the technology is
Lying.
where
Yes.
it lies.
Yes.
So we have to have the mindset to learn from youngsters.
Yes.
To accept some guy far junior to you tomorrow sitting as your manager and telling you what to do. We have to get it. It is not about age.
Hmm.
It is about skill sets and knowledge.
Yes.
Now that game has changed. So you have to accept that somebody with more knowledge and better skill sets
Right.
would be your manager tomorrow.
Absolutely, sir. I think if I have to sum up this, the mantra of you're coping up with a change is to embrace it.
Yeah.
That's something which everybody has to learn. Moving to the rapid fire, sir.
Got
A few quick questions.
Yeah.
And one word answers for you
Yeah.
from you. One book that truly changed your thinking.
No, I can't give you a straight answer for this. There are so many, right from childhood to Amar Chitra Kathas.
Okay.
They were all, that time it was just about seeing some cartoon and reading, but there's so many messages.
Yes, absolutely.
So many lessons that you learn from that.
Yes.
Then I remember Ramayana and Mahabharata by C. Rajagopalachari.
All-time high.
Yeah, so there again, there's so many stories in both the epics that you learn. It's not about religion. It's about so many values, principles, good and bad, that you learn from that. And then my favorite all-time book is Autobiography of a Yogi. Yeah, Paramananda Yoga.
Paramananda, yes.
That's all-time favorite book. I
Yes.
keep on reading and rereading it. So, yeah, there have been a lot of fiction and all that. Yeah, but it's something which leaves a lasting. I can't forget Amar Chitra Kathas, Chanda Mama.
Well, I think that stays with all of us.
Yeah, so
And I think that's
yeah.
still the energy in us.
I'm sorry if I'm disappointing you and the viewers saying that not quoting some great author from Europe or America. I think to me, what I learned from Amar Chitra Katha and Chanda Mama
is still
more
much more important.
Yes.
Yes. So, a leader or a mentor. You are a leader and mentor to many, but we want to know, is there a leader or a mentor you still learn from?
Yeah, learning is not stopped.
Yeah.
Especially since I decided at the crossroads 8 years back to get into something completely new,
Yes.
which is farming.
Yeah.
So it has been learning all
Right.
that. Even now, when I take my cows out to graze, I learn from the other shepherds.
Okay.
Not that I know everything about the cows. They look at one of my cows and say, "Hey, this guy seems to be a bit sick. Go give that, guru, that local." So still learning. And I'm not ashamed. The guys who are my friends' cowards, I don't think they're educated. Maybe 5th class, 6th class.
Yeah.
But they have so much knowledge which I have to learn from.
You have learned from.
I'm learning.
I
I'm
think
learning.
that's one of the most powerful tool that you don't shy away learning from anyone.
Yeah, and I'm loving it.
Yeah.
I'm loving
Absolutely.
it. No, none of them know that I was a CEO or that and this and all that. I am only covered for them. Simple. So I take my cows, they bring their cows. We go out to the forest behind. We spend time and go.
Great learning from this, sir. So you go to Stress Buster. Now you're already doing so many things, but walking, music, silence, yoga, meditation, anything.
For me, when I was in service and even now, the best stress buster is long drives.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
I've heard of it.
I love driving.
Yeah.
Even tomorrow, I'm going to a place 750 kilometers away.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's at your level at this time. It's one of the very great passion. to hold on.
No, it has always been my passion.
Yeah.
And that's why when I said, one of the things I used to do is hands-on capability.
Right.
Uh, I had a truck license.
So yeah, I know that.
Yeah, which I recently surrendered.
Okay.
My wife said enough of it, surrendered. And now I'm coming to learning again driving. I'm learning bullock cart drive.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I have photographs of that also.
Great.
Still not mastered it. Learning.
Yeah. Great, sir. And I think that's something, people have to learn about, that the learning never
Yeah.
stops. And next question, I think, is very obvious. If you're not a corporate leader, what would be Mr. Sriprasad be doing today? He's already doing that. But what else you feel that you have yet to
I
touch?
wanted to be, frankly, as an engineer by accident. My mother wanted me, and I wanted to be an IAS officer, being in public service.
I think India missed something.
But that didn't happen. No
Yeah.
regrets. But then I think, and today I'm happy living a life of a small farmer. Happy doing what I'm doing.
I think that's one of the great achievements,
Yeah.
I would say. So, deciding up your time to end the corporate life at a level, much before that could have given you as a leverage, but deciding that and stepping into something to live life as a life
Yeah.
is one of the very important aspect of it. So to wrap up with, if you have to leave today with our listeners one thought that they should carry throughout their careers, especially on the tough days, what would it be?
Love the job that you're doing. Be in love with it. And I'm making a distinction here. Love the assignment. You don't have to love the company. They're two very different things. Today, loyalty is being mixed up. Loyalty sometimes is spoken of as how long have you been with the company. To me, that's not loyalty. Loyalty is how good have you been on your assignment. Doesn't matter which company you're working with. To me, that's loyalty. Love your job, whatever job you're doing, and let it be born out of a passion. Let it not just be only for the sake of security and for feeding you, giving you a salary. Do it with passion. Whatever you're doing, do it with passion. Uh, and you will enjoy it. If you do it with passion, you will enjoy it. As I said, I'm leading a farmer's life now, grazing my cows. I also milk my cows, and daily morning I have a bullet. I take the milk out and distribute in the village 4 kilometers away. Every house I go and give milk and come. People might think that why is he doing such a job? No, I love my job. I love what I am doing. I am so happy that children come up in the morning and say, "Hey, Milk Tata has come," and they say hello to me. To me, that's a bigger recognition than some corporate award or a government award that comes my way. So, love your job. All the best.
I think it's great learning from you, sir. I think it couldn't have been better. I am glad that we found this time. We found the learning, the decoding, the success mantras from you. I think it will go a long way. So, for my listeners today, this conversation truly decoded the success of Mr. Shri Prasad, how a leader lived his life, how a leader decided his path, and how he carries from now onwards. To everyone listening, the Success Decode was from a true stalwart of a CV industry, Mr. Shri Prasad. We thank him very, very much for giving us this time. Till the time we meet again, keep learning, stay grounded, stay growing. Thank you so much in the Talk Matters with Ravi. Thank you.